Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I am going to explore your subconscious mind so that you can discover what it means to dream of a black cat. Those feline beings that are generally associated with bad luck. For that reason, the question that immediately arises is, why are you giving so much importance to fortune at this stage of your life? That's what we are going to be talking about here. But before going into the analysis, in case you don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Robert. I am a psychoanalyst with more than 30 years of experience. And in case you want to have a psychoanalysis session with me, or in case you want the psychoanalysis of one of your dreams, just send me an email to the one that I am going to leave you here below in the description of this video, so I can tell you how you can join my consultation. Now, back to what it means to dream about a black cat. This is a very important dream because from the outset, it is revealing that you are going through a phase of your life where you do not know what to think about others, mainly because you don't know what they think about you. And that is what is causing all your states of frustration. Because the moment a black cat appears in your subconscious, it is clear that you have entered a process of mistrust in relation to others. Because the dream is a reflection that you have lost the ability to recognize their intentions regarding you. And that is why this dream makes it very clearly that all your desires go hand in hand with being certain about the reasons why people relate to you. For this reason, you will notice that every time someone approaches you, asks you something, or gives you a compliment, a little voice will be awakened in you that will cause you concern, because immediately you will begin to questioning whether that person is doing it because they really care about you or because they actually want to hurt you. That feeling of insecurity that you feel in your relationship with others is explained by this process that is taking place in your unconscious. You are very afraid of not being certain about the people around you. And for that reason, when this happens, you are going to find that somehow you will not be able to avoid thinking about why that person did that for you. At first glance, it might seem like you don't trust yourself, but what actually happens is that you don't trust others. And this is a very difficult burden to carry because obviously each person has their own intentions. Here, I do not mean that they are all white doves. No, there are indeed people who want to hurt you. But the problem that this dream reflects is that for you, this has become something too relevant, something that does not allow you to be calm. In fact, it is very likely that you think that there is only one person who causes this state to you, but in reality, this is happening to everyone. Because as I have told you, it is a force in your psyche that is operating at the unconscious level, on autopilot, as I tell you. And that leads you to feel anguish, frustration, or depression without being fully aware of why this is happening. Here's the explanation of why psychoanalysis is very useful, especially for people who cannot identify where the core of their unhappiness is. These are the forces of your unconscious that are operating and that we need to release, redirect, and interconnect your conscious mind so that your psyche can fully develop. Think of the forces of the unconscious as the remnants of your primitive self from his childhood psychic. They are forces that were repressed because as you were growing up, due to an adaptation issue, you had to cancel those energies so that you could integrate into the environments in which you interacted. But the point is you have reached a point in your life where those energies are struggling to get out. Precisely because now that you are an adult, you have the ability to deal with these situations. Until you do, your mind is not going to be fully organized. That is why, as I was telling you, this dream of the black cat is clearly showing that your conflicts arise from the fact that, on the one hand, you want to live without caring about the intentions of others, but on the other, you simply cannot do it. Because that instinct was the one that for many years helped you survive. And just when you can protect yourself and you say, I can live more calmly, that is without caring about the evils that others can do to me, your conscious self tells you, stop. Others could cause you a lot of damage. So think about them. It is likely you by yourself are freaking out. Obviously, for a child, this is a very important mechanism, but now that you are an adult, it is acting like an appendix that we need to remove. Although, in this case, we speak rather of a psychic energy that we need to redirect. It is the one that allows you that others do not matter to you. That it is just fighting with your conscious self that forces you to live in that state of paranoia. Because it was the one that protected you for many years. Now, all this is explained because if you think about it, black cats are associated with bad luck, because this was the type of cat that witches use mainly. And why is it associated with bad luck? Well, because the black cat can hide his intentions. Precisely because you don't see him in the dark, but he can see you. And that is why this dreamlike figure is associated with ignorance of the other's intentions. But in practice, here we are talking about your own intentions. That is why you see a black cat and unconsciously, because this is an idea that is rooted in the collective unconscious, you think, without knowing the reason why you do it, that you are going to have bad luck. The question is why this is relevant to you on the dream plane. Well, precisely because you do not know the intentions of others, because deep down, that's what really worries you. Now, this is a process that is reaching its climax. It is not that it has arisen only in the present, but rather it was a complex of your psyche that was developing over the years and that now we need to release so that it occupies its rightful place in your conscious mind and you can control it so that it does not affect how you are doing it. For sure, you grew up in an environment in which you had to always be very attentive to the intentions of others with respect to you, because somehow they raised you to think that everyone around you was a threat to you. This suggests that you lived in a somewhat unstable environment. At any moment, you could suffer some kind of punishment, which leads you to think that no one had good intentions. I clarify that the punishments did not have to be of the physical type. They could even be practical jokes, for example, both from your parents and from your siblings. And obviously, as a protective measure, you were always on the alert. A structure of your psyche that is so unique to you that you didn't even know how it existed. The problem is that now that you are an adult, this part of your psyche is the one that is causing you all your conflicts. Because you want to trust others, but you simply cannot. And that is what, even if you don't know it, is causing you depression derived from the frustration you feel for not being able to believe in others. Of course, a healthy dose of prudence is absolutely necessary. But in your case, the dream is reflecting that your unconscious leads you to think too much about the consequences that arise from the intentions of others. And obviously, that's something you need to release precisely so that you do not associate each person in your life with a potential for bad luck, or rather, a kind of black cat that you are building in your psyche. As you can see, This is a much more complex dream than it might seem. So you have to pay close attention in case you see yourself in a dream in the company of a black cat. For the same reason, you already know that if you want me to psychoanalyze some of your dreams or have therapy sessions with me, you send me an email to the one that I leave you below so that I can tell you the way in which you can integrate to my consultation. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if it helped you in any way, and share it so that others can access to this kind of knowledge. Have a wonderful day, and with it, the most beautiful dreams. Bye!